Now, you've heard the old adage, try till you succeed. And I couldn't have had a better example than the man who joins me live on India Today. He needs no introduction. In Rohan Bopanna, 61st attempt since he first started playing professional tennis. And after 18 long years, he's finally a men's doubles Grand Slam champion. Of course, he had won a mixed double before that. Rohan, thank you so much for speaking with India Today. First up, I know that one quote of yours is becoming very famous, that I'm not 43, I'm on level 43. What I'd like to know from you is, level 43 feeling like top of the world?
Thanks, Nikhil. Thanks so much for, first of all, having me on your show. And it's not feeling on top of the world. I am on top of the world. We're being number one, ranked. So definitely, there's no better than, being at level 43 and number one, ranking. And, as you're growing up as a tennis player, you want to just try and be the best tennis player in your neighborhood. Then it probably starts, on your state, then your country. Of course, and if you go on, you want to eventually get to the number one in the world. And, this week, I am ranked number one there, and really, really proud to have been there. And anytime it says Rohan Bopanna, India, I think, it's a big thing for, the 1.4 billion people we have, that, there's somebody ranked number one in the world.
Okay, what I'd like to know from you, ever since there's been an outpouring, a lot of love, with regards to your victory, have you been overwhelmed with the reaction that you've seen on Twitter and other social media platforms? I can't think of a Indian celebrity who hasn't tweeted, from Sachin Tendulkar to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Everyone's, reveling in the success that you've got for India.
No, I think it's absolutely been really, really overwhelming, beautiful, and I'm, extremely thankful for all the love and encouragement, with so much of support. I think that it really helped me getting through that, final in Melbourne. And even yesterday, when I landed in the airport, there was, a fantastic reception, from the airport staff, and then my family, friends, everyone who had come to the airport to receive me. Otherwise it always be quietly come and, take your car and go back home. This was like a, full-fledged welcome, and it was special. Very emotional to have, have so much of love, and I'm really thankful, for everyone who has showed, all the support, from across the world, not only, in India, but across the world. Yeah.
They say that you haven't arrived in life unless you get a Amul hoarding dedicated to you. You've got one. Have you arrived?
Yeah, well, like, it was wonderful. I mean, I see so many, memes done as well. And, I love, when I see someone come up with that, as long as, you have a good laugh. And I've been sharing quite a few of them, myself. And yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, I'm thanks to Amul, who have done a beautiful post, and put it out there. So, thank you guys.
Okay, just tell us a bit about your journey right at the start that I mentioned, 61 attempts. The one thing that we've been saying in India Today, right from the time that you won, that, his victory, Rohan Bopanna's victory, is not just a victory of sportsmen. It's actually a life lesson for all of us, if you're trying to achieve something. Tell us the hardship that you may have encountered during that time. And I know, because I was speaking to so many, mentioned that you had been in touch with him and told him many times, this is the last year, I'm not playing another year. This is the last year, I'm not playing another year. But you continue. Tell us, what was it that kept driving you towards that?
I think, some or the other is my perseverance, which has always been a major strength, in my journey. I feel that has played an important factor there. Every time I mention that, I think just expressing myself also really helped. And, a few years ago when I mentioned it to my wife that, I didn't want to, continue anymore, because I was not really happy out there on the court. I mean, I was not winning matches. I think the minute I expressed myself and, I said, okay, let's go to the next tournament, just enjoy why I picked up this sport and why I was competing. I think slowly started getting that belief again, and then I started, focusing on what I could do to improve myself before the partnership. And today we are as the number one team. I am the number one player, in the world, because thanks to having such a wonderful partner as Matt Ebden by my side. I mean, he's equally a major part, for all the success I've had with a consistent year we've had last year. I think what he also brings is a lot of calmness, a lot of maturity in the partnership, and I think no matter what the situation we have been through, it has never really phased us. I mean, including this year at Australian Open, we were in 15, 16 minutes in the first round. We were down love five,
Yes.
in that first set. So I think those are the moments which make you stronger. It's good to have somebody calm on your side, to go through all that situations. And in some way or the other, for him, of course, yes, it is the home slam, but for me also, home slam coming from Asia Pacific,
Yes.
region. So yeah, so I think I'm glad that I, of course, didn't stop. Especially when you're down and feeling that way. In some way or the other, I'm happy that I continued, and today to have achieved everything, and being part of this journey. I think it's incredible, and I'm really really proud to have achieved this Grand Slam.
Right, Rohan, because you talk about your partner in Matthew Ebden, one thing that he's come out and said is that, we keep talking about racism and regionalism and various other things in tennis. But one thing that he's really seen is that ageism also exists, people commenting about a person's age. I'd like to know from you, did you encounter that, when you were continuing to play at this age, probably the other kids around in the dressing room, in the changing rooms, some of them could have been half your age. Did you encounter that? And if you did, how did you overcome that?
I think, yeah, of course. I mean, I see all the youngsters there who are maybe, half my age, or, 15, 16 years younger for sure. But
Yes.
there's a mutual respect in the locker room, Nikhil, no matter what happens, right? I think they all know, everyone has been through that journey. Everybody here, it's not like suddenly someone has an overnight success, and they also realize that I'm not just a journeyman. I'm somebody who's there winning big titles and competing for big titles. So there is a lot of respect. I mean, and I think a lot of the guys also are inspired with this journey. In some way or the other, they realize that what really need is not about just being fit or strong. It's about how mentally you're strong and what you could bring in on the court, and that's the most important factor on a tennis court. And I think where they see that my anticipation and my understanding of the game is literally at level 43 today. That is why I say I'm able to compete with these guys and play my best tennis.
Okay, last couple of questions with you, Rohan. One about, we just heard the tournament director of the Australian Open raise doubts about the future of doubles tennis. What are your thoughts on that? Your first reaction?
No, I think it is a catch-22 situation, Nikhil. I know he sees that the fact that the scheduling also matters, where exactly it is coming from a business angle. Yeah, a lot of people maybe not watching so doubles, but also simultaneously it is. I think if we market the sport better. At the end of the day, that is what really will help that drive, and to get better. To At the end of the day, all these guys playing doubles are still making a living of what they're doing. They're enjoying the sport, and not only that, living is helping so many other people across the world. Doesn't have to be in tennis, but also helping their family, whatever they're doing, with a lot of foundations, giving back to the sport. And so overall it is still a job. In jobs, there are certain jobs which are more important than the other, and right now I think there are only still a very small amount of singles players who really bring in that X factor.
The one other thing I know, that one of your dreams has been to land an Olympic medal. Paris Olympic isn't too far away. I was in Rio, watching you and Sanya came very, very close to winning that particular medal. After your recent success, that dream, would it be fair to say, has been reignited? You're still chasing that?
I mean, the number one thing what is reignited is that we have a men's doubles team definitely going to Paris. That is a real boost. Because I knew end of last year I had to remain top 10 in order to give ourselves a chance to even qualify. And now winning this Grand Slam, I know for sure I'll remain top 10. So we definitely have a spot at Paris Olympics. And yeah, anytime you're out there, it's an equal chance. I mean, you could easily end up having the best week, as last week has just proven on how things can really change. And that's the most important part. And we have a good set of players that I can now find a way to figure out who I can play with and choose the right partner for it.
Okay, Rohan, thank you so much. Appreciate you taking our time speaking to India today. I know it's been a long journey from Melbourne. You just landed today, but still took our time and spoke to us. Thank you so much, and all the very best for the future.
Thank you so much, Nikhil. Lovely chatting with you. Take care.
मैच से जुड़े आपके हर सवाल का हम देंगे जवाब। जानने के लिए हर अपडेट, लाइव एनालिसिस, स्पेशल इंटरव्यूज, डाउनलोड कीजिए स्पोर्ट्स तक ऐप।